You probably won't survive this the same way you came in, because tonight I'm going to reveal the truth about success that no one ever taught you. Not in school, not from your parents, not even from the well-meaning gurus with their shiny promises. You sit there scrolling through 1,000 how-to guides on success, and yet something gnaws at you. Why does it feel like the finish line keeps moving? Like success is a secret code passed in whispers behind closed doors. The truth is simple but brutal. Most of what you've been taught about success is a carefully crafted lie. You see, they tell you success is about talent, about being the right person at the right place at the right time. They say hard work alone will get you there. And sure, these aren't lies by themselves, except they're incomplete. The real success story is hidden beneath layers of societal conditioning, misconceptions, and fear. Historians still argue whether the idea of success as defined today is a modern myth crafted during the industrial age or a timeless pursuit. But what Napoleon Hill knew decades ago was that success is not a destination for the chosen few. It's a state of mind, a relentless faith in your own potential, carved out from chaos and doubt. Take Thomas Edison, who famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Imagine that kind of resilience in your mind right now. You're not a failure because you stumbled. You're simply learning the blueprint of what won't work on your path to what will. And yet, here's the kicker. While Edison's story is famous, what you rarely hear is that before his triumph, he was nearly broke, ridiculed, and dismissed by the same people who now plaster his face on billboards. That is the silent story of success no one teaches you. The world won't welcome your dream with open arms. It will resist, it will mock, it will test whether your faith in yourself is real. The system trains you to be cautious, to fit in, to not rock the boat. It rewards obedience, not originality. Your schools, your jobs, even your friends are often unwitting gatekeepers of a smaller version of success, safe, predictable, and painfully mediocre. But here's the truth Hill drilled into us. Faith in yourself is the currency that builds your empire. Without it, no strategy, no hustle, no late-night grind will matter. Faith is what bends reality. It pulls opportunity toward you like a magnet. It reshapes your brain to see solutions where others see walls. You've been sold a lie if you think success is about luck or waiting for permission. It's about cultivating an unshakable belief, one so fierce that every no is just a step closer to the next yes. It's about training your mind like a millionaire trains his wealth, daily, deliberately, and without excuses. That's the truth no one will teach you. But tonight you're learning it. You're waking up from the sleepwalk of complacency, rewriting the script that's kept you small, because real success, lasting, soul-deep success is never handed to you. It's wrestled from the shadows inside your mind. It's forged from the raw material of courage, discipline, and relentless belief. The question is simple. Are you ready to tear down those lies, to challenge every truth you've been told, and build your own foundation of success from faith? If you are, lean in. This journey starts right here, right now. You open your eyes to the possibility that everything you've been taught about success is just one version of a story, often the easiest, most convenient one for the system to tell. They want you comfortable, compliant, and quiet. But the truth? Real success requires discomfort. It demands you break free from the mental chains forged by fear and self-doubt. It means you must reprogram your mind, train it like a millionaire's, to see opportunity where others see obstacles. Napoleon Hill said, "Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve." But belief isn't a switch you flip once and forget. It's muscle memory for your spirit, something you build every single day. Imagine training your mind like an athlete trains their body. Endless reps, relentless focus, pushing past fatigue, rewiring your thinking to crush negativity and doubt before they even take root. Millionaires don't just wake up rich. They wake up thinking rich. They see wealth as a mindset before it's a bank account. They program their thoughts for abundance, not scarcity. That's the real training ground. Your thoughts shape your reality long before your actions do. Think of Henry Ford, who once said, "Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right." His vision reshaped the world's transportation forever, but only because he mastered the power of unwavering belief. The world resisted him, laughed at his crazy idea, but his mind was trained to persist beyond the noise. Historians still debate how much of Ford's success was timing versus sheer willpower, but one thing's clear, his mind was a fortress. His success was a direct result of mental training that turned setbacks into stepping stones. That's what you must learn, how to transform every failure into fuel for your ascent. You're not training for a sprint. This is a marathon of mental endurance. You'll face moments where giving up looks like the easy path. That's when you remind yourself you're not just chasing money or status, you're building a legacy of mastery over your mind, and that's the real treasure. This training is simple in theory but brutal in practice. It means guarding your thoughts fiercely, rejecting the mental noise of doubt and distraction, cultivating habits of positivity and resilience so deeply that they become your second nature. So tonight, as you listen, know this: the battlefield for your future success is right inside your head. Train your mind like a millionaire, because that's the foundation for every victory you seek. You step deeper into this mental gymnasium, the place where every millionaire's mind is forged, intense, disciplined, and relentless. Imagine a blacksmith's fire, the furnace glowing hot, the hammer pounding with rhythmic precision. Your thoughts are the raw metal, your mind the anvil. Each idea, each belief is shaped and reshaped until it becomes unbreakable. This is mental training, not for the faint-hearted, but for those ready to build unshakable confidence and clarity. Napoleon Hill taught that faith is the eternal elixir which gives life, power, and action to the impulse of thought. Faith here is not some vague religious sentiment. It's an active, muscular belief in your ability to create, to succeed, to conquer your own doubts. It's the fuel that drives your vision when the world says no. Most people drift through life like leaves on a lazy river, carried by currents of doubt and distraction. Millionaires, they row upstream. They don't wait for permission or perfect conditions. They grab the oars and row with purpose. Their minds have been trained to stay focused on their goals like a laser beam, to cut through distractions and negativity. You know those moments when your mind races with, what if I fail, or maybe I'm not good enough? Those are the sirens trying to drag your ship into stormy seas. But mental training teaches you to recognize those voices as nothing more than static, noise you can tune out or rewrite. It's the difference between a mind that bends and breaks and a mind that bends and grows stronger. Think of Walt Disney, who was told he lacked creativity and was fired from a newspaper job. Instead of folding, he trained his mind on his vision of a magical kingdom. He faced bankruptcy and rejection, but his belief was a shield, and his mental discipline was the sword. Disney's mind was a battlefield where dreams and doubts collided, and his faith was the victory flag. Historians still argue whether Disney's success was luck or genius, but the undeniable truth is this: his mental resilience and focused belief powered the empire we know today. That's the power of training your mind like a millionaire. Your mind is a garden. What you plant is what grows. Neglect it and weeds of fear and hesitation choke your potential. Tend it daily with affirmations, visualization, and relentless positive focus, and it will bear the fruits of wealth, confidence, and success. Millionaires don't stumble into success. They train their minds like champions. They know that wealth is born first in the mind, then nurtured in action. So when doubt creeps in, remind yourself, you're not just training for riches, you're training to master the greatest asset you have, your own mind. Now, with your mind fired up and disciplined, it's time to sharpen the edge of your most potent weapon, belief. Belief is the soil where success grows, and without it, your efforts are like seeds scattered on barren ground. Napoleon Hill said, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. But belief isn't a wish or a fleeting hope. It's a conviction so strong it reshapes your reality. You see, belief works like a compass in the fog. When the path is unclear and obstacles loom like mountains, belief is the force that cuts through uncertainty and keeps you moving forward. It transforms fear into courage and doubt into action. But here's the catch. Belief must be trained, nourished, and defended like a precious flame. Many people think they believe in their goals until the first sign of failure. Then that flame flickers and dies. The truth Napoleon Hill hammered into every page was that belief is tested in the fires of adversity. Real belief burns brighter the harder the winds blow. It demands more than blind optimism. It requires relentless self-affirmation and daily mental rehearsal. Imagine Henry Ford, who was told repeatedly that his ideas about automobiles were impossible. Yet his belief in the vision of accessible, affordable cars drove him to revolutionize an industry. He faced bankruptcy, skepticism, and failure, but belief was the anchor that held him steady. Today, his name is synonymous with innovation and persistence, because he understood belief wasn't passive, it was active, purposeful, and unstoppable. Historians still argue whether Ford's success was sheer stubbornness or strategic genius, but there's no debate about how belief shaped his path. He once said, whether you think you can or think you can't, you're right. That's the brutal truth about belief. It's your most powerful internal choice, the master switch that turns dreams into reality or keeps them locked away in the dark. Here's a modern twist. Belief also rewires your brain. Neuroscience confirms that repeated focus and emotional investment in your goals create new neural pathways. Essentially, you become what you believe. The millionaire mindset isn't just about thinking rich thoughts. It's about embodying success until your brain convinces your body to act accordingly. You train belief like a muscle, with repetition, visualization, and yes, faith in the process. You stand in front of the mirror every day, declare your goals with unwavering certainty, and program your subconscious to move mountains for you. So as you navigate this path, remember, belief is the heart of your success story. It's not just a feeling, it's the very foundation your empire is built on. And when you cultivate it fiercely, nothing, not fear, failure, or doubt, can hold you back. With belief firmly planted, your next step is clarity, the kind of crystal clear vision that cuts through the noise and confusion of everyday life. Napoleon Hill argued that vague wishes and half-formed desires are the breeding grounds for failure. Success demands a sharp, unwavering focus on exactly what you want. Not just "I want to be rich," but the precise image of your goal, how much by when and what you'll give in return. You trudge through endless distractions every day, social media, opinions, even your own self-doubt, all conspiring to fog your mind and blur your purpose. Clarity is the lighthouse in the storm. It shines so bright that every decision aligns with your vision like a well-trained army marching to one drumbeat. Think about Thomas Edison, the man who gave us the light bulb and countless inventions that changed the world. His secret wasn't just genius, it was clarity of purpose. Edison famously said, "I never failed, I just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Each failure was a step closer because he was clear about what he was creating, and he refused to let setbacks redefine his goal. Historians still debate the extent of Edison's perseverance versus luck, but there's no denying that clarity steered his journey. Without that sharp vision, his thousands of experiments would have been aimless attempts, wasted energy in a dark room. In your own life, clarity demands relentless questioning. What exactly do you want? Why do you want it? What will achieving it look like, feel like? The answers forge a mental map that keeps you from wandering into the wilderness of distraction and procrastination. Modern neuroscience backs this up. Clear goals activate parts of your brain that focus attention and motivate action. Your subconscious mind thrives on clarity, working quietly behind the scenes to pull resources, ideas, and opportunities toward your vision. But clarity isn't a one-time thing. It's a living, breathing part of your mindset that needs regular refinement and reinforcement. Like a lens that must be cleaned to sharpen its focus, your clarity requires daily attention. Write your goals down, visualize them vividly, speak them aloud, make them so real in your mind that doubt cannot survive. Here's the truth, they don't teach you in school. Clarity isn't just about knowing what you want, it's about knowing who you must become to get it. That's the transformation at the heart of every success story. The clearer your vision, the more it shapes your identity, your habits, your thoughts. So hold your vision with fierce clarity. Let it be your compass, your fire, your unwavering call through the noise. The world is full of dreamers, but only the clear-eyed and committed carve out their place at the top. Now that your mind holds an unshakable belief and razor-sharp clarity, it's time to anchor those qualities in purpose, the deep driving why that fuels your entire journey. Purpose is the engine behind every great achievement, the invisible force that keeps you moving when every muscle begs for rest and every voice tempts you to quit. You probably think you know your purpose, but most people confuse fleeting wants with true purpose. Napoleon Hill taught that purpose must be backed by burning desire, a persistent, almost obsessive passion that refuses to be extinguished by failure or distraction. Purpose is what turns mere goals into a mission that feels like life or death. Consider Henry Ford, the man who revolutionized transportation with the assembly line. His purpose was not just to build cars, but to make them affordable for the masses, to change society itself. That purpose kept him going through bankruptcy, ridicule, and countless setbacks. His mission was so clear, so urgent, that failure was never an option. Historians argue about how much Ford's vision was shaped by his era versus his personal conviction, but none deny that his purpose transformed an industry and altered history. Purpose gave him grit, the unbreakable spirit needed to bulldoze through every obstacle. Your purpose isn't handed to you, it's forged from within through deep self-exploration and honest reflection. It's not enough to chase money or status alone. Those are byproducts, not the fuel. Your purpose must connect with something bigger, your values, your legacy, your desire to solve a problem, help others, or create meaning. When purpose burns hot, it rewires your brain for resilience. Neuroscience reveals that people driven by purpose experience greater dopamine release, the chemical of motivation and pleasure, making persistence easier and setbacks less devastating. Purpose literally lights you up from the inside out. But here's what they don't teach you. Your purpose can evolve. It isn't a static destination, but a dynamic force that grows as you grow. You might start with one mission and discover a deeper calling along the way. Stay open but anchored. Know that purpose is what makes the impossible seem inevitable. So dig deep for your purpose. Let it fill your lungs and ignite your heart. When every fiber of your being aches with meaning, that's when success stops being a dream and starts becoming your reality. Purpose alone isn't enough. It demands discipline, the daily relentless practice of controlling your thoughts, emotions, and actions in pursuit of your vision. Discipline is the quiet hero behind every success story, the unseen hand that shapes destiny while the world sleeps or wastes time. Napoleon Hill said, "Self-discipline begins with the mastery of your thoughts." Before you can shape your future, you must conquer the battlefield of your mind. You've felt that inner chaos, distractions pulling you every which way, fears whispering that you're not enough, laziness tempting you with comfort. Discipline is the power to say no to those voices and yes to what matters. Think of Thomas Edison, whose name is synonymous with invention and perseverance. He famously said, "Genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perseveration." But behind that perseveration was fierce discipline, tireless hours testing thousands of filaments before he created the incandescent bulb. His work ethic was not talent, it was habit. Historians still debate whether Edison's legendary persistence was born of genius or stubbornness, but no one denies his daily discipline shaped the modern world. Discipline gave him structure amid uncertainty, turning trial and error into eventual triumph. Today, neuroscientists explain that discipline creates new neural pathways, making productive habits automatic over time. Like a muscle, self-control strengthens with practice and atrophies without use. The trick is consistency, not perfection. Every small victory over distraction compounds, forging an ironclad will. But here's the truth they never tell you. Discipline is not about punishment or harshness. It's about respect for yourself and your dreams. It's a form of self-love that refuses to accept mediocrity. It's the daily agreement you make with your future self to honor their potential. Imagine your mind as a garden. Discipline is the careful tending, watering the seeds of ambition, pulling weeds of doubt, and nurturing growth even when storms threaten. Without discipline, your dreams are wild, tangled overgrowths unlikely to bear fruit. So build discipline like a fortress around your focus. Guard your time, guard your energy. Train your mind to act, even when motivation fades. The millionaire mind isn't just about thinking big, it's about doing bigger, every single day. Action, the spark that transforms thought into reality. Without action, even the grandest plans remain invisible dreams, whispers lost in the noise of daily life. Napoleon Hill declared, "Action is the real measure of intelligence. It's not enough to think or hope, you must move, boldly, relentlessly." Look at Henry Ford, the man who revolutionized transportation and industrial manufacturing. His vision of affordable cars for the masses was revolutionary, but vision alone didn't build the Model T. It was Ford's unyielding commitment to act, innovating assembly lines, defying skeptics, risking everything financially. When others hesitated, he moved forward. Yet action without clarity is like firing arrows in the dark. It must be focused, purposeful, and persistent. Hill spoke of definiteness of purpose, a clear target that channels energy and effort. Without that, you wander, scattered and exhausted. There's an old debate among scholars. Is success more about planning or action? The truth lies in the dance between both. Plans give direction, but action is the pulse that brings them to life. Here's a secret they don't teach you. Action isn't always glamorous or inspiring. Most of the time it's mundane, repetitive, and invisible. It's the early mornings, the extra hours, the calls no one wants to make, the setbacks quietly overcome. The millionaire mind doesn't wait for perfect conditions. It builds momentum through imperfect, persistent movement. You probably know someone stuck in endless preparation, a prisoner of analysis paralysis. Success isn't for them, not because they lack talent, but because they lack the courage to act decisively. Fear is the silent assassin of dreams. Train your mind to embrace action. Celebrate small wins, for they compound into monumental progress. Each step forward strengthens belief, fuels discipline, and sharpens clarity. Action creates a feedback loop that transforms potential into power. So when doubt creeps in, when fear whispers to freeze, remember the universe rewards those who move. The millionaire mind acts not someday, not when ready, but now. Discipline, the unseen architect behind every towering success. It's the quiet refusal to give in when temptation calls, the stubborn commitment to your purpose long after motivation has fled. Napoleon Hill understood discipline not as restriction but as freedom, the freedom to master your impulses, to choose your path deliberately, and to build a fortress around your dreams. Consider Abraham Lincoln, a man shaped by relentless discipline. Born into poverty, faced with failure, and burdened with the weight of a nation's greatest crisis, he never wavered. His discipline was a slow-burning fire, daily study, unyielding work ethic, and a steady resolve to do what needed doing, even when the world seemed to crumble. Discipline is not about grand gestures. It's found in the repeated acts that others neglect. The early alarm clocks, the daily reading, the focused work hours, and the habits that anchor your progress. Hill called it self-control, but it's far more than that. It's self-respect, an unbreakable bond between your present actions and your future ambitions. Historians still argue whether Lincoln's discipline stemmed from innate character or forged through hardship. What's clear is this: success demands discipline like breath demands air. In the modern world, distractions lurk at every corner. Notifications, endless scrolling, fleeting pleasures designed to derail focus. The millionaire mind erects boundaries, creating sacred space where purpose thrives. Discipline is the daily victory over the tempting now for the greater tomorrow. It's the force that turns fleeting desire into lasting achievement. And here's a truth they rarely admit. Without discipline, talent withers, vision fades, potential remains locked in a cage of inconsistency. You can't buy discipline. You can't borrow it. It must be earned every day through conscious choice. Train your mind to crave the structure that empowers, not confines. When you master discipline, you reclaim control over your destiny. The millionaire mind knows success is a marathon, not a sprint, and discipline is the steady pace that wins the race. Faith, the invisible bridge between desire and reality. It's more than wishful thinking. It's unwavering belief in your own power and the certainty that your goals will manifest no matter the obstacles. Napoleon Hill called faith the eternal elixir of success, the force that transmutes thoughts into things. Picture Thomas Edison, who famously said, "I have not failed, I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." His faith was unshakable, driving him through countless experiments until he lit the world. Without that deep conviction, Edison would have given up long before his triumph. Faith is not blind optimism. It's a disciplined mindset that expects victory even when evidence suggests otherwise. It's the mental muscle that keeps you anchored through storms of doubt and discouragement. Historians still argue whether faith is a spiritual gift or a learned skill. Napoleon Hill believed it could be cultivated through repetition of positive affirmations, visualization, and immersion in empowering thoughts. Here's the hard truth they don't teach. Most people give up because their faith falters at the first sign of resistance. They mistake setbacks for failure rather than the necessary feedback on the path to success. Training your mind to develop faith means feeding it daily with belief, conviction, and emotion. Visualization is the tool. See yourself succeeding. Feel the triumph. Live it in your mind before it happens in reality. This conditions your subconscious to align your actions with your goals. Faith also fuels resilience. It turns obstacles into lessons and criticism into motivation. It allows you to keep walking forward when the road is rough, when others turn back. So cultivate faith relentlessly. Let it be the light in your darkest hours, the engine behind your efforts, and the secret weapon the successful have wielded for centuries. The millionaire mind holds faith as sacred, knowing it is the heartbeat of achievement. Discipline is the silent architect of greatness. Without it, even the strongest desire is a castle built on sand. Napoleon Hill emphasized that discipline, mental, emotional, and physical, is the daily grind that turns dreams into concrete reality. Imagine Henry Ford, who revolutionized industry not just with invention but with relentless discipline. He didn't wait for inspiration to strike. He showed up every day, perfecting the assembly line, refusing to settle for less than progress. His discipline transformed the automobile from luxury to necessity. Discipline is not the enemy of freedom. It's the gateway. It's the choice to say no to distractions, to the easy comforts that keep you stuck. It's the consistent yes to habits that build your future self. Historians debate whether discipline is innate or acquired, but one thing is clear. Every great success story features discipline at its core. It's the backbone of self-mastery, the force that holds your intentions and actions in perfect alignment. Here's the truth few admit. Discipline feels uncomfortable. It requires sacrifice, confrontation with laziness, and resistance against instant gratification. But this discomfort is the price for transformation. Training your mind to be disciplined means designing your environment and routines to support your goals. It's waking up before the world stirs, mastering your focus, and protecting your time like the precious resource it is. Discipline builds momentum. One disciplined day leads to another, creating a snowball effect impossible to stop. It's not glamorous, but it's powerful. It's the difference between those who dream and those who do. Millionaires don't rely on willpower alone. They build systems that automate discipline, embedding success into their daily existence. Your mind is your most valuable asset. Discipline it fiercely, and watch how the world bends to your command. Action is the spark that ignites potential into reality. You can have all the faith, clarity, and discipline in the world, but without action, they are whispers in the void. Napoleon Hill declared, "Action is the real measure of intelligence, because it's through doing that ideas breathe life." Consider Walt Disney, who didn't just imagine magical kingdoms, he built them, step by grueling step through bold, relentless action. His vision was clear, but it was the countless decisions, the hours of work, the risk-taking that turned dreams into a global empire. Action is a statement to the universe. You are serious. It cuts through fear and indecision like a blade. It's imperfect, often messy, but it's the only path to transformation. Historians argue about the balance between thought and action, but Hill was clear. Thought without action is paralysis. The millionaire mind embraces both, but knows that success waits for those who move first. The truth they don't teach you is that you will never feel fully ready. The perfect moment rarely arrives. Action demands courage, the courage to begin, to fail, and to keep going despite uncertainty. Training your mind for action means creating momentum through small wins, building confidence one step at a time. It means prioritizing tasks that move the needle and avoiding the trap of busy work. Action is contagious. The more you do, the more you believe. It teaches you faster than any book or lecture. The millionaire doesn't wait for motivation. They generate it through movement. So take that first step, however small. Move forward daily, knowing each action chisels away at the mountain between you and your dreams. Faith fuels your vision. Discipline prepares your mind. But action is the engine of destiny. Gratitude is the hidden currency of success. It's not just a polite habit. It's a powerful mindset that rewires your brain to see opportunity where others see obstacles. Napoleon Hill understood this deeply, teaching that a grateful heart creates a fertile soil for prosperity to grow. Think of Abraham Lincoln, who amid the darkest times of the Civil War kept a journal of gratitude. Despite the chaos around him, he focused on what was working, the loyalty of friends, the resilience of his people, and that focus gave him strength to lead a nation. Gratitude isn't naive optimism. It's a deliberate choice to acknowledge abundance, no matter how small. Historians debate whether gratitude was Lincoln's secret weapon, but there's no doubt it shaped his clarity and resilience. The truth they don't teach you is that gratitude rewires your mind to attract more of what you appreciate. It dissolves the toxic habit of envy and complaint, which are the silent killers of ambition. Training your mind in gratitude means starting and ending your day, recognizing the wins, the lessons, and the gifts, even in struggle. It's a mental anchor that steadies you when storms rage. Gratitude shifts your perspective from scarcity to abundance, opening your eyes to possibilities hiding in plain sight. It fuels hope and ignites passion, pushing you to create, contribute, and conquer. Millionaires know this secret. They count their blessings loudly and often, knowing that the energy of gratitude magnetizes success. Your mind, trained in gratitude, becomes a beacon, attracting allies, resources, and opportunities that otherwise remain invisible. So cultivate gratitude, not as a fleeting feeling, but as a daily practice. Watch how it transforms your mindset and lights your path to riches. Adaptability is the invisible muscle that separates those who survive from those who thrive. In a world that changes faster than ever, the millionaire mind flexes and bends without breaking, transforming obstacles into stepping stones. Napoleon Hill wrote, "Every adversity, every failure, every heartache carries with it the seed of an equal or greater benefit." This is not just platitude. It's a call to train your mind to see change, not as a threat, but as an invitation to evolve. Look at Henry Ford, whose revolutionary assembly line transformed industry. But he didn't stop there. When new challenges arose, he adapted his methods, embraced innovation, and stayed ahead. His ability to pivot kept him in the driver's seat of progress. Historians debate the exact moments that defined Ford's success, but all agree adaptability was his constant companion. The truth they don't teach you is that rigid thinking is the fastest way to failure. Success demands flexibility, willingness to learn, unlearn, and relearn. Training your mind for adaptability means embracing discomfort, seeking feedback, and refusing to get stuck in outdated patterns. It means seeing setbacks as data, not disasters. The millionaire doesn't cling to the past. They harness change as fuel for reinvention. They adjust their sails, not fight the storm. In a landscape littered with the wreckage of those who refuse to bend, adaptability becomes your greatest asset. It sharpens your resilience, expands your creativity, and multiplies your chances to win. So build your mental flexibility every day. Welcome the unpredictable. Let change reshape your vision and propel you toward heights you never imagined. Resilience is the final, unbreakable thread woven through the fabric of every success story. It is the relentless heartbeat that keeps you moving forward when the world wants you to stop. The quiet voice that whispers, "Try again," when failure shouts, "Give up." Napoleon Hill captured this when he said, "Most great people have attained their greatest success just one step beyond their greatest failure." That one step, that refusal to surrender, that is resilience. Consider Thomas Edison, whose thousands of failed attempts to invent the light bulb might have crushed a lesser spirit. Instead, he famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." His resilience illuminated the world, literally. Historians still debate whether Edison's genius was natural or forged entirely through persistence, but his story remains a powerful testament to resilience's power. The truth they don't teach you is that success isn't about never falling. It's about rising every single time you do. It's about enduring the pain, learning from it, and using it as fuel. Training your mind to be resilient means embracing failure as a teacher, not an enemy. It means cultivating patience, grit, and unwavering faith in your purpose, even when the road is long and lonely. The millionaire mindset sees obstacles not as dead ends, but as detours, necessary bends in the road that build strength, character, and wisdom. When life knocks you down, resilience is your rising power. It's the silent strength that turns setbacks into comebacks and dreams into reality. So steel your spirit. Harness resilience like a shield and a sword. Know that with every fall, you are one step closer to victory. Now, as you settle into the quiet hum of the night, let these truths sink deep into your mind. Success is not a secret guarded by the elite. It is a path paved by faith, discipline, gratitude, adaptability, and resilience. It's a journey of relentless belief and tireless action, a dance between vision and persistence. Feel the weight of those words lift from your shoulders. Know that the struggles, the doubts, the moments of fear, they are not barriers but the crucible shaping your greatness. Tomorrow when you wake, carry this wisdom with you. Train your mind like a millionaire. See challenges as opportunities. Practice gratitude. Bend with change. Rise with resilience. This truth about success, the one they don't teach you in schools or meetings, is yours now. Let it be the compass guiding your every step. So rest easy tonight, knowing you possess the mindset to conquer, to create, to become more than you ever thought possible. Sweet dreams, and remember, the richest treasure lies not in gold or fame, but in the unshakable belief that you are destined for greatness.